Hey everybody, Angie B here with today's vlog, and today's vlog is coming to you from the Glendale Cemetery in Washington. Now, I know some of you probably think this is a pretty weird place to have a vlog, a cemetery, but this is one of my favorite places in town, and it's just so pretty and peaceful, and lots of really nice big trees, and I love taking pictures of all of the gravestones, so I figured for a change of pace, let's have a vlog in the cemetery. Today's vlog topic is going to be people I can't stand, which is another reason why I'm having the vlog here, because it's so peaceful and calming, I won't get too worked up before I go to work. So, I've got a list here, and I have to say there are two different grades of people I can't stand. There are the people that annoy me, and there are the people that piss me off. Now, the people that annoy me, I'm not going to hate on them too much, because they just annoy me. But the people that make me really angry, those are the people you gotta watch out for, man. Now, there are lots of people that annoy me. People that write a book every month that's really poor quality and that is probably written by ghostwriters like Nora Roberts, James Patterson, Danielle Steele. I really can't stand those people because working at a library like I do, you have to constantly buy like 3 or 4 copies of those books. And you've got all of this money that you have to spend on books, and you constantly have to spend it on crappy books like that. You could be buying some brand new author's first book and introduce more people to their great work, but instead we have to buy books like Nora Roberts and Danielle Steele. So those people really annoy me. But the people that piss me off, I'm a very liberal Democrat. So a lot of people on this list are very outspoken, right-wing Republicans. And I don't have a problem with Republicans as a whole. It's the Republicans themselves that stand out. The single Republicans, the solitary Republicans, that I can't stand. People like Ann Coulter, Glenn Beck, Bill O'Reilly, Rush Limbaugh. They piss me off because they're very offensive, they're very rude, they demonize every Democrat, and they're really close-minded. They spout all this drivel and horrible stuff about how Democrats are brainwashing America and they want to kill babies and they're going to steal all your money and make everything socialist and communist. It's not true. It's a lot of lies and rabble-rousing, and it just makes me angry because they're people who other people listen to, and all they're spouting is hatred. I don't have time or patience for people like that. So, working at a bookstore and a library like I do, it's always really difficult for me when I see people buying or renting books by Ann Coulter and Glenn Beck, because I'm just like, it's just hatred and lies, and it just really upsets me. I also can't stand Michael Moore. Now, I know he's a liberal, but I don't approve of his tactics with his documentaries. He fabricates evidence, he edits things, he skews things, he goes in with a predetermined stance that he takes, and then he just manipulates everything to fit his point. I don't really have patience for people like that, because I feel like that's just another form of lying. And when you're passing things off as documentaries, you can't lie. So I can't stand Michael Moore. Also, he's really annoying and really offensive, so Michael Moore's on the list. I am okay with Perez Hilton for the most part, but it's when Perez goes on these gay witch hunts and tries to forcibly out people in Hollywood. That's what pisses me off. If they're not comfortable with being out, they shouldn't have to be out. Just because they're celebrities doesn't mean that you have to interfere in their private space. So I'm angry with Perez when he goes on his gay witch hunts, especially with all the horrible stuff he's been doing to Zachary Quinto lately. I don't care if Zach's gay or not. I'll like him no matter what, but you should get out of his business and leave him alone. Smeyer's on the list because she's a horrible writer, and she's forwarding these ideas and these archetypes that young girls should not be buying into. So Smeyer's on the list because she's really waylaying a lot of the current generation, and I think she's done a lot of bad for this current generation of young girls. The last 2 people on my list are people in my real life. Now, one of them I'm not going to mention by name on the off chance that one of my coworkers happens to stumble across this blog, but I'll just say it is a lady that I work with who likes to pretend that she's all nicey nice and wonderful and sweet, but is just a horrible bitch, and is just really cruel to people and talks bad about them behind their backs, and it's just very, very frustrating. Now, she's one of those people that I can't stand because she pretends to be nice and she absolutely isn't. So that's why she's on my list, because she's very two-faced, and I hate working with her. And the other person on this list, as I'm sure Julie and Sarah Arnold and Erin Havelka and all of my real-life buddies will attest to, Joel Mangarelli. I cannot stand Joel. Part of me is upset that I'm so hateful towards Joel because he can't really help it for the most part. He has Asperger's. But I also firmly believe that he's not as bad off as he pretends, that he uses Asperger's as a kind of shield, as an excuse to be an asshole. He's just such a horrible asshole to everybody, and I feel like he gets away with too much just because he has this disorder. I can't stand him. He pisses me off, and I've wanted to punch him in the face multiple times. He's just the sort of person that makes me want to rip my hair out. So a part of me feels bad for hating on him so much because he does have a disease, but another part of me believes that he milks it for all it's worth, and that he really can control himself most of the time, but just chooses not to. I'm really glad I never have to see Joel Mangarelli again, because holy crap, he made my life at Eureka a living hell the past 2 years. So that's my vlog of people I can't stand. There are a lot more people who could probably go on this list, but I don't really feel in the mood to be too hateful today. And I try to be a good person, and part of that, I think, is giving people the benefit of the doubt and being nice to people. So even if I were to think a lot harder, I probably wouldn't have that many more people on my list. But I just really hate the people that are closed-minded and hateful and spread lies and are two-faced, as I'm sure most of you agree. I mean, those are the sort of people nobody likes. So that's my vlog for today. Hope you guys have enjoyed. Check you later.